This week on the warm-up room, swim again? Yeah, right.
South Jones and Hoover held competitions in this past week, and we have all of the scoops from that.
Tallahassee, Albertville, and Mississippi Show Choir contest lineups are up.
And once again, Coach O has some questions for us to wrap up today.
Welcome to the warm-up room. I'm Dobbs Durkin.
And I'm Aiden Flowers. What a week too, yeah. Snowstorm.
Snowstorm.
Apparently. I'm not trying to this frustrated me, but I'm not trying to discount the fact that there were feet of snow in other parts of the United States.
Well,
I completely
Grenada was under snow.
Right, and Oxford, Oxford had
traveling this
snow.
weekend,
right,
but they had snow, right?
But I can't lie, and this is one of those things that I could probably get in trouble for saying this, but I am just gonna say it. I'm very upset that Brandon was not allowed to travel this weekend. I had full plans of being in attendance at Hoover.
100%.
And I'm sorry to those at Hoover that could have received my entrance fee for that competition. Once Brandon once Brandon was told they couldn't go, I could not bring myself to show up at a show choir competition without those kids. That's on me, but that's on me. But I was so bummed. I cannot lie, I was so bummed. That being said, I did watch the live stream for at least a portion of the day. And it looked like it was a really fun time. And we'll get to that later, obviously.
Yeah, I had full intentions of a multifaceted travel weekend of not just one destination. I was going multiple different places. Northwest Rankin gets canceled. Plans change. I am now going to Hoover, this, that, the other. We did a whole big thing, planned out a whole day. People were coming over, going to the competition from all over. And then Brandon drops, and then now it's no one from here was going, and I didn't want to be driving back in the rain by myself at night, and it's like a safety thing, kind of,
but also
taking precautions.
Yeah, and we didn't know, we didn't know for sure what it was going to be like, and I mean, there was ice on the roads this morning,
and it's also we're not going to be, it's also not like we're going to be traveling for the next 11 weeks straight,
and it's also
10 weeks.
Here's another point: it's also not I'm not going to Indiana and Ohio at some point in the next few weeks. In Indiana, there will be snow. There will be snow there. I don't know. That's besides the point.
There's a lot to unpack there, yeah. Here we go. We're just going to jump straight into it because there's not really much of a, everyone's kind of sad about the whole weekend and the whole comp schedule's not mixed up.
Right. That being said, we've got show choir this weekend. And everyone has show choir this weekend. Brandon's getting to compete. Madison Central's getting to compete. And we're going to talk about them later. But up first, we figured we'd get into some results.
Yeah, last week we didn't go, so we're not going to talk about it. However, the South Jones results have dropped, as I'm sure all of you know. We're going to talk about them. Obviously not in depth because we weren't there, and that's not something we're going to do anymore, as I'm sure you know. Right off the bat, we're going to go Single Cliff Division. Biloxi Sound Sailors in second place, Biloxi Sound Sirens in first place. Pretty expected. Wayne County in third place of Tier 2, Pass Christian Luminary. And second place with West Marion New Era. I don't know why you guys don't do captions.
I don't really either. And maybe there were at some point. I can look in the comments, but
I would much appreciate it if all of Mississippi started to do captions for divisions, because then we'd get real interesting
especially when
stuff.
You don't have finals.
Exactly. Anyway, I thought I saw Jason standing in the corner, and that was very terrifying, but it was just his towel. In the mixed division Tier 1, we had Biloxi Sound Surge in third place, Northeast Jones Gold Horizons in second place, with West Jones Imagination taking overall GC, best show design, best choreography, best vocals, and grand champion in their division. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, look, like Dobbs already said, we're not going to talk about this in depth. However, looking at this, can't lie and say this isn't how I thought it would probably go.
I'd have to agree.
We didn't know.
One or two little
maybe a couple of changes, but honestly, the toss-ups being Biloxi and Northeast Jones, that's kind of, in the past couple of years, that's like any other year. It depends, right? But we didn't see them, so we can't necessarily comment on that 100%. You should probably keep count on how many times we say that in this episode, because there might be a few times. I'd say the most, other than Single Clef, the most predictable would have been Tier 2. That went down. If you gave me that lineup of groups last year, that's probably how I would have said that would have shaken out. But that being said, it's nice to see that West Marion is still doing great stuff. I think Wayne County and Pass Christian have a really great reputation and shouldn't be, upset necessarily with that placement. West Marion's a really great group. And West Jones, man, I mean, they're great. They are really, really good. And if you were to say that this tier 1 division would have shaken out where a caption split could have happened, I would have been on board. But West Jones, they've been stepping it up over the past several years, and to see them get a sweep out of their first night out, I think that is very encouraging for them.
Right, I agree. I also think, judging off of the schedule that we received shortly after recording our last episode, which was the Friday before, it was like a week before all of the comps actually started. So we didn't know anything was getting canceled. Biloxi just decided to fill out an entire single clef division as well and show up. So, that's always good when a group is able, when, a comp gets canceled, they're able to switch comps and attend. That's always good. Happy for them to get out there, get their show on the stage. And yeah, there you go.
Right, so the next competition that happened this week was the Hoover Show Choir Smackdown, and Hoover seemingly went off without a hitch in Birmingham when it was supposed to be below freezing, and that's great. We're very happy that they got to have a competition. I'm sure the vibes were immaculate. And here's some results for you. Starting from the bottom, we've got in treble division, second place Enterprise Esprit, first place with best vocals, best band, and best show design, Tift County Ladies' Choice. In tier 3, in third place we had Pike Road Paradigm. In second place we had Helena High Frequency. And in first place with best visuals, we have Rome High School Grand Finale. Mixed division tier 2. Fifth place, we've got Pike Road Prestige. Fourth place, we've got Jasper High School Phoenix. Third place, we've got Vestavia Hills Singers. Second place with Best Visuals, we've got Enterprise Encores. And in first place with Best Show Design, we've got Tift County 8th Street Singing Company. And then your Mixed Division Tier 1, single competitor, unfortunately, because Brandon had to pull. But congratulations to Spain Park Rhapsody in Blue with their grand champion placement and Best Vocals.
Yeah, so really quickly before people start asking questions, I know it's been going around a lot, like what do the results mean at Spain Park or at Hoover? So your tier 1 and tier 2 divisions shared 3 captions. Your tier 3 and treble divisions also shared 3 captions. I guess 4 technically, because best band was in there, but best band was not, and maybe that was the whole day. I'm not sure. So grand finale taking best visuals, and Tift County and Ladies' Choice taking best vocals and best show design. That happened in one award ceremony, and then in the next award ceremony, you had Rhapsody in Blue taking best vocals, 8th Street Singing Company taking best show design, and Encores taking best visuals. There was a 3-way caption split, which is super interesting, judging off the fact that one of these groups was an extra large mixed group, if not last year, then 2 years ago. Tift County being a through and through middle mix choir, and Spain Park recently bumping up to large mix.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways this could have gone, and this was not one that I had in my head.
No, I mean, I don't think there's anybody who would have had the assumption that in a overall like tier 1, tier 2 that Spain Park wouldn't sweep. But I don't think that speaks to Spain Park's lacking in anything. I actually, having seen their show, I thought their show was phenomenal. I think that also just speaks to, I'd say for sure, Enterprise stepping it up, and Tift County overall really refining what they have at that school. I'll say, going ahead and getting this out there, talking about Spain Park, if you can find their show, go watch it. It's very good. And I think it's good to see them looking over the course of a season, looking the arc of a group over the season. It's good to see them at this point in the year, because what maybe criticisms they could have thrown their way, not from us by any means, from judges and critiques and whatever, they can fix those things. And I'm excited to see what Spain Park's show looks like going forward. To dive a little bit deeper into Spain Park's show, I think what this show in particular in this year has the chance to highlight for them is that they can do a lot of different styles. And sometimes you're looking at that within one show, right? You see, excited for you guys to see Brandon this weekend, but I think Brandon's show this year has a really good example of mixing up of styles throughout the show, right? But with Spain Park, I think what's interesting is that they've got one style that they had last year and a style that they're having this year, which I think is a really nice way of showing program growth and program development. I think Martez, their director, is swinging for the fences in that regard. And they got the best vocals caption, and I believe they deserved it. They sang their butts off. And just over the video, that's what I would say.
I want to highlight a different division. I want to highlight the Tier 2 division. This is the division that I thought was going to be the most competitive, be the cream of the crop, whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that. The results did surprise me, I will say. I thought, after Enterprise walked off stage for the last time last year, I was like, okay, everyone has those kinds of years. It happens. They're going to come back next year and they're going to be strong. And I kind of understood that and told myself that, and then I saw it happen in front of my face on Saturday, and I was like, whoa.
Their show was really
because
good.
It came completely out of nowhere. I think people expected they dropped the division. They're gonna, they lost some of their kids. They're not gonna have this. The core group from last year is still in the show. They're still here now this year, and boy, did they put on a performance. I mean, it had me standing up at times. He was standing up, and then Tift County went right after and did the exact same thing. And I think that is like, I looked at Aiden and I said, is Middle Mix back? Like, it never really left. For the first comp of the year, for groups to be coming out here, throwing haymakers at each other left and right, a 3-way caption split between 2 divisions, that's nuts.
Yeah, I think as far as a first go out for Hoover and hosting a competition, they did a great job. The lineup,
the best way it could have gone, too.
And, their big, large group pulled right before, like days before the competition starts. There's an air of, I know from our side at least, there's an air of panic. Like, we're like, dude, what are we going to do about not being able to go to Hoover? And on some level, it's like, well, what is Hoover going to do not having Brandon there? And what they did was they still put on a show. They hosted a really great show. And I think that Spain Park coming out of the gate with a grand championship trophy, being the first one, being the first one to hold that belt over their heads, it's freaking awesome.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Hoover Show Choir SmackDown is a spin on the
WWE SmackDown, which is a professional wrestling company. Therefore,
the whole comp
wrestling themed.
Was themed after a wrestling show. You had director battles. They put those bubbles on.
Soccer things.
Yeah, and they ran at each other, and directors were getting laid out on the floor.
Awesome.
Some of them should be playing linebacker right now. Like they have like this whole setup. The live stream has this great like animation. It was super cool, fun to watch. And then I was looking at the schedule a couple of days before the competition, and I was like, "What? Directors Wrestling Challenge, 12:15 p.m." And I was like, "There's no way that's real, right?" It's real. Yeah, they laid each other out on stage, which I imagine is, goes a little both ways, but we're not going to get into that because hopefully we'll get there and see it next year.
Yeah,
I do want to touch on Vestavia, though. I think Vestavia, if I remember correctly, having maybe 5 guys last year, 5 or 6 boys in their choir last year. Growth in the program itself, but the placement didn't reflect it. And I don't think that's a shot at how they performed. I think their show was phenomenal. I will always think their shows are great because they are just so consistent. And they, even with 5 guys on stage last year, they rarely ever dropped. They were neck and neck with Briarwood and Continuum at Oak Mountain last year in a 3-way caption split. Yes, Continuum won without any captions. It was
that's right.
It was a 2-way caption split.
Yeah.
Vestavia took captions off Continuum. And that goes to show the skill level of this group. The ceiling is so high for them. And again, this is the first competition of the year. It's earlier than the first competition of the year normally is, I think. Because the 31st and then the 1st is a little weird of January through February. It's a little weird this year. Getting judges, getting placement, seeing how other groups are performing, all of that in mid-January, look out.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. Stuff is going to go down this year in Middle Mix.
Yep. Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Very exciting. All right. With that being said, we are moving on to this upcoming week's lineups because finally the warm-up room is hitting the road.
This is true.
We have lineups from, what do we got first? We have Tallahassee lineup, Albertville lineup, and Mississippi Show Choir Contest lineup. We are going to start off with the Tallahassee River City Classic 2026. They have moved out of the room in Montgomery. The Capital City Classic is now the River City Classic hosted at their high school. So that's awesome. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll take it. Because this is I believe a single day event, we will announce the middle school division, which is exciting. We don't ever get to do that. Performing at 9:30 a.m. What a start time. Pike Road Junior High School premiere. Coming after them is Saraland.
Saraland, yes.
Saraland Middle School Treble Threat. Then 8th Street Middle School One Voice. Then Enterprise Junior High School's Expressions. And closing middle school is Opelika Middle School Imaginations. Up next, we have got Treble Division. At 2 p.m., Enterprise Esprit. At 2:30, Tift County Ladies' Choice, a rematch from this past weekend. Mixed Division Tier 3, we have got at 3 o'clock, Pike Road Paradigm. At 3:30, Opelika High School Impressions. At 4 o'clock, Lakeside High School Sound Station. At 4:30, Oxford High School Sound. And at 5 o'clock, Chelsea Out of the Blue. Mixed Division Tier 2, at 6:30, we've got Enterprise Encores. At 7 o'clock, we've got Pike Road Prestige. At 7:30, we've got Tift County 8th Street Singing Company. And at 8 o'clock, we have Appling County Applause. Following them is the sole Tier 1 competitor. At 8:30, we've got Opelika High School Ovations.
So we definitely have a lot of rematches here. Appling is getting thrown in the mix. Yeah, it's the same middle mix minus Jasper and Vestavia.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to watch. We also have small mix is going to be nuts. Small mix starts at 3 p.m. That has maybe never happened before. A small mix division starting at 3 p.m. and ending at 5 p.m. Pike Road Paradigm. So the groups that won their division last year, Lakeside Soundsation, Oxford Sound, and Chelsea Out of the Blue. Those 3 choirs all won their divisions against each other last year. So again, early season, right off the bat, we are getting some great competition out of all divisions in Alabama, which is kind of weird. I feel like that rarely ever happens until mid-season.
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. Looking at Mixed Division Tier 2, I do believe if there is a grand champion of this competition, which I do believe Tallahassee throws that out there, I think it's going to be found in Tier 2. I think if I had to put it on somebody, I'd hedge my bets on Tift County 8th Street, but Enterprise looked really great last week.
Yeah, I'll play devil's advocate.
I think Enterprise
could very well take it. Again, there was a 3-way caption split last weekend between a extra large or a large mixed group and 2 middle division groups, being Enterprise and Tift.
Yeah.
So who knows actually what's going to happen, because we don't.
Agreed. And let's toss it real quick back down to treble division and just acknowledge the fact that going up against the same people a week separated is so fun. Like, genuinely, it's such a good time. I would love to see a flip. I think it can be really fun. That kind of competition is always super interesting to me. So shout out to Ladies' Choice and Esprit for running it back this weekend.
Yeah, really quickly, I also want to shout out Saraland Middle School.
Yeah.
Because I know, because we do this weird thing where we stalk showchoir.com for quite some time. We're quite well versed with the Alabama and Mississippi groups who existed and who don't anymore. Saraland High School had a choir, and their middle school had a choir. Didn't exist the last in 2024, but it started in 2017. They're back. They're competing. It's that time. This is awesome. I hope that this can help grow into a thing at their high school and become this huge, because as you know, they're a big school. You might not know. They are a big school. We played them in football my senior year, and Ryan Williams beat us. Unfortunate.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. The next competition happening this weekend is the Albertville Diamond Classic, another Alabama staple. Dobbs, give us that lineup.
Starting off the single clef division with Auburn Men at Work, and an hour and a half later to Auburn Alon, and then Homewood Nexus. Moving up to Mixed Division Tier 2, a group performing for the first time this year, Boaz Elite versus a tenured Rome Grand Finale. Moving on to Mixed Division Tier 2. Did I say Tier 2 or Tier 3 last time?
It was Tier 3.
Yeah, it was Tier 3.
Good.
Going on to Tier 2 is a also debutante for this year, Cleveland Renaissance, Jasper Phoenix, Homewood Continuum, another debutante, Vestavia Hill Singers, and Hoover Paradigm, who put on their exhibition show, which I thought was quite good. Are you checking me right now? They're debutantes.
Debutante definition 1, historical, an upper class young woman making her first appearance.
That's why they have debutante balls.
I wanted to check you, bro, because I think that's such a funny word.
Come on,
you're good.
I'm trying to use big words and stuff.
Debutante words.
Sounds smart. Moving on to Tier 1, Auburn Varsity Singers with Donaldson Christian Academy Legacy rounding it off. Now, the elephant in the room, Home with the Network, even though their other 2 groups are competing here, they are not competing here. I don't know why. Don't ask me. However, I think, again, the most interesting, well, that's a lie. The most interesting division might be the single clef division. Because
I can't lie. I am so excited to see, hopefully, a video. I'd love to see it in person, but most likely a video of Men at Work. Like, you have no idea how excited I am to see Men at Work. That being said, Men at Work, do your thing. Big competition is definitely between Alon and Nexus.
100%. I think the way Men at Work left the stage last year and the way Alon left the stage last year, both on a, I'd be wrong of saying the year's high, the ceiling of the year. Coming into this competition, they had their preview show last weekend. They are up and ready to go versus a Homewood Nexus, who I don't think I've heard anything about.
Yeah, but that's exciting.
I have no idea.
The idea of a group like kind of being a little in a little cocoon. You don't hear anything about them, but they're growing. They're gonna be a butterfly. I think that's really exciting. Obviously, Tier 2 has some exciting stuff in there. Home Continuum, Vestavia Singers, and Hoover Paradigm. I think that's just those three, and then you add Jasper and Cleveland on top of that, that's going to be a bloodbath. That's really exciting. And then obviously Auburn Varsity Singers gets to debut their show for this year. And I think, man, it's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be awesome. I'm so pumped. I'm really pumped to see Auburn. There are no finals here, so it's a one and done, unfortunately, for me, because I love watching finals, as you all know. Moving on to our final competition of the weekend.
Whoa! You there. Why don't you stop real quick and see if you're following us on Spotify? Why don't you stop right there and see if you're subscribed to us on YouTube? While you're at it, go ahead and check out that Instagram. I know you got it. You and your mama. And you behind there, sitting in the back seat. You thought we couldn't hear you. I heard what you're saying about us, and it's not true. Lying's a sin. Follow us, please.
The Mississippi Show Choir Contest. Aiden, it's all you.
I got you. Treble Division. We got at 1:30 Brandon Bellas. At 2 o'clock Purvis Pizzazz. And 2:30 PRC Illumination. Mixed Division Tier 4 at 3, we've got Wayne County Orange Sensations. At 3:30, we've got Columbia Academy Premiers. At 4, we've got Pasquarchan Luminary. At 4:30, we have West Marion New Era.
Another late small division. Mixed Division Tier 3 at 5, we've got Jackson Prep Revion. At 5:30, we've got Summerall Legacy. At 6 o'clock, we have PRC Central Attraction. Tier 2, starting at 7 o'clock, we've got Northeast Jones Gold Horizons. At 7:30, we have Oak Grove Center Stage. And at 8 o'clock, we have West Jones Imagination. And in Mixed Division Tier 1, the sole competitor performing at 8:30 is Brandon High School Brio. Dobbs, another
what are you looking at?
With no finals.
Indeed.
Here's the thing. We won't be getting finals until the weekend after this upcoming weekend, which is sad. But we're going to stay right here for right now. I mean, I've got to go to the Tier 2, right? Division Tier 2. I guess all Tier 3 and Tier 2.
Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 4 all have some, and honestly, Treble Division 2, because Bellas has yet to perform, and same with PRC. I believe, has Purvis performed yet? No, this is the first time. We have completely a debuting division in the Treble Division, but like you were saying, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, I think are all
I think this is like another must-see early season showdown between all of these divisions. Obviously, Brandon is in their own division. I think, the comp, it will. We all see where it's leading to with an eventual win for Brandon, but I don't think that. Gosh, I really wish Mississippi did captions in their divisions, because I think the caption split between Jackson Prep, Summerall, and PRC Central Attraction, I think that could be so fun. West Jones, Oak Grove, Northeast Jones again could be fun. I know that Northeast Jones versus West Jones just happened, but again, it's a rematch. Like you were saying, it's always fun to see those same people the next week.
Agreed.
Is there a rematch there is a rematch in small division, like you said, 3 new, or not new,
debuting for this year in Treble Division. I say debuting for now. Let's address the proverbial elephant in the room for the Mississippi Show Choir Contest. We've got a rematch, an early season rematch between Brandon Brio and West Jones Imagination. I personally am very excited. West Jones is coming off a high. Brandon is coming off. We got iced, metaphorically and literally. We got iced last weekend, and I'm excited to see what that showdown looks like. I know what Brandon's bringing to the table. I don't really know what West Jones is bringing to the table other than their other GC trophy from last weekend and then last year. But throw into the mix a Northeast Jones Gold Horizons, Jackson Prep Revion.
Speaking of,
they supposed to be? So that's another. I'm going to put a question mark around that. It's not on here, so we're not going to put them in the conversation. But supposedly, from our sources, who I will say we trust pretty well, I believe Madison Central is competing at this competition.
Which means 3 things. 1, top 5 overall is going to get very interesting.
Yes, I'd say so.
2, we have a battle in Tier 1. And 3, I'm assuming they're going to be in Tier 3. But now Tier 3 is the most important, not to the viewer in my seat, is the most important division here. Because seeing how that plays out right now it will tell us nothing, because shows change all the time. Look to be a very exciting showdown.
It would set a very interesting precedent. So here's my top 5. I'll include a Madison Central in there just in case they show up. But if not, I can fill someone else out there too. We got Brandon, West Jones, Northeast Jones, Madison Central if they show up, and some combination of Jackson Prep and Bellas. Right?
Not like if they metaphorically show up, like if they literally show up. Yeah, I have no idea. It's not they've decided to wake up and perform the day. No, if they literally show up.
Because they're cooking this year apparently. And that is not to say, well, here's your top 5. That is just to say, holy crap, this comp is stacked.
He picked schools from 3 different divisions.
Yeah, literally.
That's insane.
So that's to say, and then toss in the fact that we don't know what Oak Grove's doing. Not a clue what PRC is doing. Summerall's been really good in the past.
It's another situation like at Jassy in 2024 when Grenada just decided to be one of the best groups in the South again.
Yeah,
like
they
that
came back.
That could happen anywhere.
Beyond that, hear me. West Marion is cooking up a storm. They've got their choreographers, Dallas James Pritt and Dexter Bishop. Like, is there a scenario where West Marion New Era outdoes a Jackson Prep, Summerall, and a PRC to knock themselves into that next division up?
And hear me one step further. What if Brandon Bells breaks into the top 5?
Right, exactly. Who knows, dude? This is such an interesting competition for everyone involved. I am very happy. Everything happens for a reason. I'm happy that this is our first comp out from Brandon. I am behind the scenes knowledge. I'm currently waiting for tomorrow morning to find out if I'm going to be able to go for the entire day. You'll know, those who are competing there, if I'm there for the entire day, obviously. But I really hope there's a way that I can be there for the whole time because, man, this is what show choir is about, these kind of competitions. Unfortunately, like we said, no finals, but...
Right, and could you imagine if a finals... if a finals was taking place here and you had to decide which 5 would go. Oh, that would be so nice. This is why I love finals because, we'll get scores and we'll look at all that stuff. But if you get in 5th and you get to do it again and you're like, we can realistically jump to 3rd or 2nd here. Like this
or in a really tight race, 5th can go to first, which I haven't necessarily seen. But
here, I think that 1st might not be an opportunity for someone in finals with a group like Brandon or Madison Central here. I think those top 2, or West Jones or Northeast Jones now that they've jumped up to a division. But even still, for one of those 4 groups that I just named, that race is still tight for that. It's a
very interesting competition.
The possibilities are endless.
With that concludes the main chunk of our podcast. We are going to move on to one of now, I guess, my favorite segments that we have stumbled upon. It's time for Coach O's trivia time. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys.
This was supposed to be week 1.
This was supposed to be week 1. Oh, hey guys. How's everybody? They took a call and I was sitting in my chair, full suit and everything. Let's see if I can get my phone out of my pocket.
Sorry, there was a break.
Yeah, we had they don't know there's a break. We had a break.
Full transparency. We're all about that here at the warm-up room. All right, guys. Welcome back to Coach O's Trivia. Week 2. I'm glad that the producers let this segment go on. So this time I've got 10 questions. I believe we have a timer this time, correct? 30 seconds, is that what we decided? Maybe a minute, if I decided it's a minute?
You let us know.
Okay.
We have a 30-second timer ready.
Yes, well, if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I've got 10 questions. Yes, but per request, they're a bit easier, I think. Fine. You guys should have the ball knowledge for this, so we'll find out. Well, are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Name changes are not uncommon in the show choir world, with one of the more recent examples being Northwest Rankin, who renamed all of their choirs back in 2022. In 2014, Oak Mountain's mixed group changed their name to Singers from what?
I have my answer.
Yep, I assumed as much. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Con Brio.
Perfect.
Good stuff. Love it.
See, that was too easy. It was too quick.
That's good.
Let's try that again.
Up top.
How do I start it?
I don't know. Oh, that's good.
Wait, trust.
I'm trusting.
There we go.
Use that one.
No. All right. Question 2. I'm sure that you discussed this next. Let me try that again. I'm sure that you discussed this next question earlier in the podcast, so let's test your memory. This past weekend at the Hoover Show Choir Smackdown, there was a very exciting 3-way caption split. Please name me which group received which caption award. We're going to start with vocals, then show design, and then choreography.
Okay.
Got it.
I think I've got it.
I've got it.
Both got it? Okay, good.
So count it. So tell us vocals. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. All right. For the best vocals caption, 3, 2, 1.
Spain Park.
Best show design, 3, 2, 1.
Tift County.
And best choreo, 3, 2, 1.
Enterprise.
There we go. Good stuff. I think this next one is going to be 30 seconds as well. Okay, so I'm going to give a quick shout out to our buddy Case Farnham from Brandon for this next question because I couldn't think of a 10th one, so he gave me one. So shout out to Case. Let's take a trip up the road to Clinton High School. As we know, David Fair has been directing Clinton Attaché since 1993, but this was not his first directing job. What was?
Got it.
Got it.
Got it? All right. 3, 2.
Do we say the name of the school?
The name of the school.
Not which level of school it is.
What's the name of the school?
It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'll count you wrong if you say the wrong school.
No, I'm not going to say the wrong school. Okay, got it, yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say one name.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
One word, yeah.
No, with the full school. 3, 2, 1.
Sullivan.
Sullivan Middle School. Not high school.
You're counting us off for that.
I am.
So that's what I was asking about. You
and
said the name of the school.
I said the full name of the school.
No, you didn't. You said the name of the school.
That's so.
Check the tapes! Check the tapes! BAR
I
check.
said the full name. And so I wanted Sullivan Middle School. He did direct at Sullivan High School. And what I think is really cute is the high school is called Singers and the middle school is called Singers Junior. And I think that's cool. I like that. All right. I can't see the question. Let me put it in here. All right. You guys ready for question 4?
Yeah.
We are very lucky to, I can't see. We are very lucky to be able to have so many groups travel across the nation representing the South. With this in mind, who was the last Southern group to win a competition in the Midwest?
So what all are we looking for? The name of the school that won?
Yeah, just the name of the group. If you want to throw in where the comp was, you can, but I didn't include that.
I know that.
I think I know that. Do I have to say what year?
No.
Good.
But if you want to show off, you can.
I might try.
You guys got it? Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 1.
Grenada
Clinton.
High School.
It was Grenada High School Visions last year at the Mount Zion Midwest Invitational.
You were there.
I was
That's,
there. He was
that's
there.
so...
He
oh.
Was there?
Yeah.
I was thinking when Clinton went to Glenwood, the event in 2022, 3?
I was actually really nervous. I don't think there was another Southern group that won
Last year.
last year
Yeah, I don't
outside
think
of
so.
the only other one was Homewood going to
Homewood and
LaSalle.
LaSalle.
So that's why I had to specify. All right.
I don't know how I forgot that.
Question 5. Speaking of traveling, even small division groups have had the ability to cross state borders to compete. Last year, in
I almost pre-fired
2025,
the answer.
beloved group of the warm-up room from Oxford High School Sound traveled to and competed in which state?
Yeah, I remember.
You got it?
Yeah.
You both got it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
West
Virginia.
Virginia.
It was West Virginia.
No!
At the Capital City Classic.
Focus from Virginia.
I think so.
That's
That
what
would
it
do
was.
Yep.
I thought there was an in-state comp. Okay.
Okay, this next one, you're going to have a minute.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's scary.
I'm still upset about that Grenada one. It was so easy.
Question 6. As we know, Jason and Dobbs met at the Homewood South Central Classic in 2022. At this competition, Auburn Varsity Singers won first place in large division with Brandon High School's Brio rallying to steal the grand championship during the final award ceremony. At that competition, who placed third?
I'm gonna let you sit with it, but I do think I have my
You
answer.
think you got it? I like this question. This is, whenever I said earlier, this is my favorite question.
So, so
You have 40 seconds.
I'm second guessing myself, but I'm not going to.
Alon made finals.
So I actually did not remember until I looked it up. I had no clue, which is why I thought it would be a good question.
This was 2022.
This is 2022.
Got it.
You got it? Aiden?
I think so.
I think I've got it. I'm not like, got it.
3, 2, 1.
Madison Central.
Madison Central got 4th.
Dang it.
No! Was it JA?
Alon got 5th. Jackson Prep
Dang it.
Revion
That was my number. That was
got
my 2.
third
That was my
place.
2. I couldn't tell if that was...
I thought this was the year that JA beat them out of finals.
No, it was
I don't even think JA made finals.
No.
Yeah, that-
JA and Prep didn't make finals in 23.
23.
Yeah,
Because
that's what it
Northwest
was.
made
Northwest
it
made
in.
finals.
And then I don't remember who else was there.
That's a
Good
good
stuff. All right, you'll have a minute for this one too. 7. On his showchoir.com page, who does he have listed as his associated choir? 1 minute. I like this one too. I'm so jealous you guys got to eat lunch with him or dinner or whatever that was.
That was awesome, bro.
I'm so jealous.
Nashville, after Nationals every year, we go and eat
At
Mellow Mushroom on the one big road.
Saturday. And
Yeah.
it's on the... Yeah.
And we ate
Big road.
I forgot the name of it. And we ate on the rooftop of Mellow Mushroom with Hawken.
You have 30 seconds.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to pick a California who I think he spoke about a lot that day.
He's from. But I'm trying to remember if that's even the group that he has as his associated choir. I mean, I have a guess.
I have a
but,
guess.
It's gonna be a really stupid.
We're gonna
guess.
have the same. We're not
No,
gonna have the same.
we're
guess.
not.
No.
All right.
Oh, I think I changed my guess.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm
3,
gonna stay with it.
2, 1.
Bonita Vista.
Whatever the alphabetically first school on showchoir.com is.
It is Bonita Vista.
Let's go.
The music machine.
I thought for half a second that Hawkins just like didn't change it and put, you know how like when you sign up it's like like Aberdeen or whatever whatever the school is.
Interesting. He spoke a lot about like their auditorium or whatever it. I don't
was like
remember.
his first gig.
And it was his first gig, and I was trying to think when I was about to change my guess. I was gonna think Oceanside because that was the comp that he went to live stream next.
Yeah.
After Nationals, and I was like, oh, is it them?
I kind of forgot about Bonita Vista entirely.
I think we're going to go back to 30 seconds for this next one.
Okay.
Question 8. Now let's take a trip back to small division. West Marion High School is home of the Tier 4 Titan New Era. Last year, in 2025, how many competitions did they attend? And of those, how many did they win?
I have absolutely no idea.
I've got a guess. I think I'm wrong, but I've got a guess.
Also, the faint of heart.
Sorry, we don't have anything.
There's nothing.
Yeah,
with
I'm
the text
not-
messages, don't read those. But
Trust, I'm not letting them cheat.
I've got a guess, but
so how many comps did they attend, and how many did they
How
win?
many they won? One, of course, in
In
their
their division.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. 3, 2, 1.
6. Sorry.
and all of them.
And all.
They won 6 out of their 7 comps.
So we both were right on one of
Both
them.
are right on one of them.
Okay.
Well,
But they're wrong.
But-
well, I
well-
guess you technically got right.
They won 6.
They won
and
6.
He won.
And there
they
were
went to
7 of them.
7. Okay, well.
But there you go. You both get half a point.
I believe in New Era.
I love them so much. We'll go 30 seconds for this one. So we're in question 9, and so now they're a little less serious than they had been. So, this past weekend, there was a cold scare which shook up the first weekend of Southern Show Choir.
Cold scare.
Unfortunately, this resulted in Northwest's first competitive event being canceled. So, what was the temperature in Flowood, Mississippi on Saturday, January 20th?
Average?
You have 30 seconds.
average?
Whoever's closest. It's whatever
Just
Google
to-
told me.
What part of the day?
What was the temperature in Flowood, Mississippi on the day they were?
So
I can take a stab
typically,
at it.
when that happens, it gives it
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 was
tells
the
you the
average.
high.
Yeah. We'll just
Okay.
say whoever was closest.
But I
was.
don't know.
I'll take a stab at it.
It was probably close to what it was here, if you remember what it was here.
I'll take a stab at it.
Okay.
That just was a really funny question. I'm sorry. I'm so upset that
On
we didn't get to do
Saturday,
that.
you're saying it's close to what it was here.
I think so.
Holy.
You guys ready? You want another 30 seconds?
No. Hold on. Are we gonna say it at the same time?
Yeah, you're gonna say at the same time as whoever was closest. 3, 2, 1.
29.
43 degrees. And we didn't get to go.
Which makes me angry now.
I know, it's so sad.
It makes me mad.
It's so
It's not their
sad.
fault.
I was so excited to go. And I know so many people were excited to go.
He wasn't even going.
We're going
It's
back.
just-
We're going back to a minute for this last one. Okay, so similarly to how we did the last one, it's a
Nah,
show
just shoot,
choir
just shoot,
question.
just
Okay.
shoot.
This one will be multiple choice. Question 10. The name Pisgah, such as that of Pisgah High School's energy, comes from the Hebrew word for summit or peak. In the Bible, Mount Pisgah is most commonly identified with which mountain that Moses ascended to view the promised land? Is it Mount Sinai, Mount Carmel, shout out, Mount Nebo, or Mount Horeb? You have 1 minute, or less if you just want to guess.
I don't know.
Who got Caligula last week? Was
Me?
that you? You have a 25% chance.
Yeah, you're right.
What were they again?
Mount Sinai, Mount Carmel, Mount Nebo, or Mount Horeb?
None of those. One of them sounds familiar, but it's because of the school.
Well, yeah.
I have an answer, but I think I can't tell if the significance of the mountain that I'm saying is because of this or because of the other thing that I'm thinking of. So I'm just gonna take a stab at it.
You got yours?
Yeah.
Give me that one more time.
Mount Sinai,
Sinai,
Mount Carmel,
Carmel,
Mount Nebo, that's Nebo,
Nebo,
or Mount Horeb, Horeb.
Horeb.
Because spelling it helps. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Mount
Nebo.
Sinai.
It was Mount Nebo.
Oh my god! I'm on fire!
There's no way.
He's just locked. He's like, there, like looking.
Dude, there's no way.
Well, with that,
What?
we're gonna wrap up this episode of the warm up room. Be sure to like and subscribe
Bell for notifications.
on YouTube.
Comment, tell us how you did on the quiz.
Follow us on Spotify.
Follow me on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. You can follow Jason too, I guess. And,
Thank you.
I don't know.
Be sure to warm up that room.
We weren't doing that.